Hey everyone, Brian Stevenson here with the Real Estate Law Plus, and today I want to talk about homeowners who are separating and 2 ways you as real estate service professionals can help them when it comes to navigating this process and what pitfalls they can run into. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that consideration is drawn towards the mortgage that's likely registered on title. If you have 2 individuals who jointly own property and they have debt obligations together in the form of a mortgage, you need to make sure that you speak with a mortgage advisor or broker, and the clients need to understand what their options are for moving forward. If one party is interested in buying out another party, that's great conceptually. However, can that single individual party float the debt obligations that would be necessary to buy out the other person? Is there going to be a family member who has to be put on as a guarantor for that debt obligation? Or will neither of these parties be able to own this property solely and have to sell to a third party as a result? So the first thing that you want to make sure that your client is doing if they're in the situation or getting into the situation relatively soon is to speak with a mortgage advisor or broker. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure that they speak with a family law lawyer. And this is not a self-serving thing because I'm not a family law lawyer, but it's highly recommended that they do so. In fact, necessary in most cases that they do so, because if there is going to be a separation of the parties as part of that mortgage qualification, requalification process, it's likely that the lender is going to ask for a separation agreement. Separation agreements are not something that you should be doing or clients should be doing by themselves. There is some nuances there that are going to be important. It's a specialized area of law. I would not recommend trying to go to Staples and just getting a separation agreement off the shelves like people try to do with wills. Also never a good idea. But there are some key things in a separation agreement that are often overlooked and can be detrimental to the client's interest long term. Now, the big thing about separation agreements is in the property context, there may be an inclination by clients to just try to do it themselves. And I understand the rationale for wanting to do that. You don't want to involve lawyers. It may be pretty amicable. But there are some big things that clients can miss when it comes to these agreements, including pension plan allocations. What about insurance policies? Designated beneficiaries need to be changed. What about registered accounts? Spousal rollover tax implications. We also have the fact that there may be a certain power dynamic between the parties where one party is able to convince the other that this is a pretty good deal, whereas a court would find the separation agreement to be significantly unfair and rule that there should be alterations. So when it comes to parties who are looking to separate and deal with real property implications, your job as a real estate service professional is to make sure that they are, one, speaking with their mortgage broker advisor as soon as possible. You want to make sure that they understand what their options are. And two, recognize that they may have to take a further step when it comes to entering into a separation agreement that gives the lender the comfort that they are going to want when it comes to actually securing more security or different security against the matrimonial home. The family law legislation does provide certain rights to spouses, and the last thing that the lender wants is the ability of an ex-spouse to put a registration on title that could supersede their security. That's why we're having this conversation today, so that you understand what options clients should be aware of and making sure that they are talking to the right advisors, but also some of the pitfalls that could come up as a result of plans that seem good when you talk about it, but in the details where the devil is, you could get in trouble. Hope that makes sense, guys, today. If anyone has any comments, please leave them down below, or anecdotes they'd like to share. Always happy to hear about those, of course. Have a great day. Talk soon. Thanks. Bye.